Is it vlog 9?
Yep.
Vlog 9. And we've just finished an hour and a half on the bike this morning, interval session, 5 minute at 300 watts, and then a minute and a half off, and then back on, repeat for 6 times. Good session, it's come together. I forgot my Garmin device this morning, so I was kind of playing it on my watch, but yeah, it was a good session. And now we are at Benita here at the Just Be Clinic. So what we're doing here is we're just basically unlocking my body, the nervous system. You'll see in the future clips explaining it a little bit better. Benita will go through it with you. But this stuff is super important for me with everything I've got in business, all the other responsibilities I've got. It's just regulating my nervous system is where I get so much relief. It's huge for me. So this is why this has really helped. And you'll see a little bit insight in there. It's very low level stuff, but you come out exhausted because your nervous system is just releasing off. So we'll see you in there. But welcome to vlog 9. We'll see you soon. This is Benita now, and then also we've got camp Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Dan's going to come and have a little film on Saturday, so we'll capture as much of the camp as possible. We'll see you in a bit, guys.
After this, what have we got after this?
What have we got after this? Oh yeah, and another session after this as well. So we've got a strength and conditioning session after this that we're going to run back to. So starting to ramp up to like at least sort of 2-3 sessions a day now, as well as managing everything else back home. But hope you guys are doing well. Looking forward to it. Let's get into it. Let's go. Welcome to vlog 9. We're back. Okay, so this vlog is going to be showing you a little bit about Benita, who's been helping me with my nervous system, cooling it down, also unlocking certain movements. We'll get Benita to share a screen. She has like a 3D scan where she'll be able to like show you where I'm locked and unlocked. For those who don't know, this is Benita. You can come in. So Benita's doing a lot of great work with me in there, unlocking my nervous system, unlocking my body so it can flow a lot better and actually just let go. So Benita will explain it a lot better than me, but I'm sort of holding on in certain areas like my trap and here, and basically it sort of flows down into the nerve issues that I've had in my hand and other areas. So her whole job is to just unlock that, and we've made some massive progress to just be able to just flow a lot better and just calm my nervous system. But maybe you can explain it a little bit better what we're doing.
In physio, if you have knee pain, we will treat your knee. But then I realized that a lot of the athletes would come back with the same knee pain, we treat it, it gets better, but as soon as they train again, it comes back. So then, about 30 years ago, I started to look to find the cause of this recurring injuries, and that's when I started to look at the whole body, and I found that they are locked in certain other areas, which is distant to where they feel the symptoms. So then I first started to do fascia release. There's a very deep fascia release, which all the athletes obviously loved because they always like this no pain, no gain thing. But then I realized that they always keep coming back with the same locked fascia areas. And then it's like, but what's causing that? And then I went to the nervous system, and I realized that in the nervous system, whenever we are in a stress situation, we tend to lock up our bodies in a certain way. And if you stay locked in that way, then that becomes a procedural memory in the brain. So it gets stored in the body, and then you get locked in this sort of non-aligned position. And whenever you get more stress, so you train harder or there's a competition coming up, then you become more stressed in that area. That causes the fascia restrictions, and that causes symptoms. So if I can convince the nervous system not to go back into that old memory, and I break that memory, then we can get rid of all the old injuries and all the recurring injuries actually. So, and that's what I'm doing with these guys. So I test their whole body. I find where their body tends to always lock up when they get stressed. I teach them how to breathe out, how to release the stress from their body. I teach them how to break the pattern, and then we have a body that's actually working properly, and then you get to peak performance. And that's what we're all about. I mean, it's not to be injured and to perform at your absolute ultimate.
For those who are watching, what would you call the whole process? Called Lyno?
It's called Lyno, yes. So this is the name I gave it many years ago. Lyno therapy, basically. So I'm not doing physiotherapy anymore, even though I am a physio, but I'm doing Lyno therapy to align the body.
And you've worked with all sorts like Kelly Holmes, ex-Olympians, people like this, to ultimately get the best out of them. They've come to you.
Yes, so Kelly was actually the person that I developed this for just before Atlanta in about 95. She came to Stellenbosch in South Africa where I had a practice. So Kelly came there to prepare for the Atlanta Olympic Games, and then at Atlanta she got injured and she didn't get her medal. And then she came back and she said, come on, you can't carry on like this. We can't just do physio. And she gets recurring injuries. And specifically when they get to big events, then that's when the injuries actually recur. So then Kelly said to me, come on, you've got to find something else. And that's when I started to look at the whole body. And that's where I actually eventually found that even on Kelly's body, every week I see her, the same things are tight. And that's what, I mean, unfortunately, after Kelly retired, I got to the whole nervous system thing. And yeah, now it's much better because now we can actually really solve it at the root.
Anyway, right, we're going to go into the session, hour-long session, do some work. Is it bunkies, release work? Are we doing any bunkies for that?
Yes.
So we're doing bunkies. Then after ultimately what we see from the bunkies, then we do some release work. Then after the release work, then Benita will go, right, 1, 2, and 3. These are your exercises. Go away, do them. Come back, rinse and repeat, and you're just unlocking layer after layer after layer.
Yeah.
That's the whole play. Anyway, we're going to go in there. We have to be very quiet as we're going in there. And then after that, we've got camp Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Dan will be there on Saturday trying to capture as much as possible, but see. Obviously, this is basically explaining two nervous systems, sympathetic and parasympathetic, right? When you're working, like training, or when I'm on calls in business or whatever, we're working, sympathetic is what, fight or flight. And then when we're recovering, rest to digest is your parasympathetic. So, you've got different types of sympathetic, and Benita will tell you this. You've got cognitively, and then obviously in your body, right? You said like emotionally, and then also like, how would you explain the one that you were explaining to me, the nervous system?
So the nervous system, we have, the autonomic nervous system is the one that keeps the body running in the background. So that's why that makes your heart beat and makes you breathe and makes your digestion work and everything. So that's the autonomic nervous system. And the autonomic nervous system has, I normally call it the security guard, which is the amygdala, which is about just here below the brain. And that amygdala gets information from the mind, so from what you're thinking, 20% from the mind, but 80% from the body. And the body gets its information from all the senses, so what you hear, what you see, what you taste, what you feel, etc., but also what the stomach and the gut sort of feels, so whatever you are eating. So everything that comes from outside towards the body, that goes upward to the amygdala, and then the amygdala then decides whether it is safe or whether it is not safe. So when the amygdala decides whatever it's heard or seen or felt, or the vibration that you felt, or the gut feel, or you've eaten bad stuff, or whatever, then the amygdala takes you up into the sympathetic nervous system. So then you go into fight or flight or freeze or fawn, all the ways that you are sort of trying to protect yourself. And that is the red zone, which I will show you. Yeah. So the red zone is when the heart goes very, very, heart rate goes up, and you breathe much faster, digestion shuts down, all the blood goes to your muscles, and that's so that you can respond very quickly. So that's a sympathetic. But if you're in the sympathetic, the digestion and all the rest of the stuff doesn't work. Doesn't work properly. And the sympathetic nervous system is also where you go into your locking pattern. And if you're in that locked pattern, it means you are now vulnerable and prone to injury. So the idea is to stay in the parasympathetic area where the brain works, the heart works properly, the lungs work, digestion, everything else works properly. Also, I want your hips as high as possible, okay? So we're going to go up and lift the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now we're testing the upper leg, the right leg. 30. Okay, let's do Something's wrong here. I must say, your form is going to be a hell of a lot better than today. Pull back your shoulders, and now you lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Straight, just drop your head forward for me. Just hang your head. Don't hang. There we go. Okay, so that looks great. Then we go backwards. Okay, so there's excellent movements. I'm not even going to measure that. Okay, so we start side flexion. So there is a posterior, there's a side view, a front, and you can see it's not equal everywhere. And because it's not equal left and right, that's why when we do the bunkie test, some of the bunkies was on the one side easy and on the other side not. And it's because there's unequal locking still. And we all have this, but if you take this and you're going to train hard on it, it's going to give you injuries. And that's what we're going to release now. Okay, so we've done the whole thing. We've realized that there's still one line on the bunkies, which is the one posterior line that's not fully activated. We could find when we did the test and see exactly where he is still holding a little bit. And that's why I did the releases. We gave you the homework. And if you keep doing that homework, it means that the body will just relax more and more and more. I mean, even if I look at the bunkies, you know, what we saw in the beginning, I mean, you could hardly do any bunkies, and now we are like really up here in the 30s. So, I mean, it's amazing to see how the body's actually responding so quickly to the very little bit of work that we've done.
Gotcha. So, for anyone who's watching, how could they benefit from working with someone like yourself? You know, do they have to be athletes? Can they be everyday people, busy professionals? Who can benefit from a service like this? Who needs this service? Okay. And how can they get going with it? And how can they talk to you?
Okay, so I've developed this specifically for athletes. When I was working with all the elite athletes about 30 years ago. But then as time went on, I realized that any chronic injuries is actually responding very well to that. So, I mean, so no matter how old you are, how active you are, if there's a chronic pain, it means that the nervous system is holding you in an old memory, and if we can break that pattern and we can make you move properly, then your chronic pain goes away. So we see a lot of people with chronic backs and chronic necks and migraines and that, and because we work with the nervous system, we've now also moved into autoimmune disease or any of these chronic diseases. So people with rheumatoid arthritis, people with fibromyalgia, so all those chronic diseases, but they obviously take a bit longer to respond. So I'm based in Dubai, so I love working with athletes. I mean, athletes' bodies respond just so quickly. So I do see other people as well in Dubai, but I love seeing the athletes. And then my main thing actually is to teach people all over the world to do this. So, I mean, anybody who's involved in movement, so whether you are a physio or a biokineticist or a Pilates coach or a yoga instructor, anybody who's involved in movement, if you have clients that struggle with that shoulder, and they've had lots of therapy and they're not responding, if you can put this in as part of your package deal, so that if you have a shoulder issue, I'll first sort out your shoulder, I'll align your body, and then we will make you do Pilates or yoga or whatever. I mean, you're going to actually have such a much bigger toolbox and a bigger package that you can offer your clients. So I teach online, and then I also teach in-person classes all over the world. I mean, I've been teaching in the UK, in Germany, in South Korea, in India, in South Africa, everywhere. So if you want me to teach a course for a group of people, then contact me. The website is thelynomethod.com. So THELYNO method.com.
Yeah, guys, Benita's been a great help, and I've learned a lot about myself and my body through this experience. So obviously I'll continue to work with Benita moving forward. She's off to South Africa, aren't you?
Just for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and anyway, we've got another session we've got to run to now, so never ends. We're off. So see you in a sec. Hours. Hardest bike ride I've ever done in my fucking life. And now we're doing straight off onto an hour long run. It's no fucking joke, this shit, honestly. Had 200 grams of carbs every hour. Literally, I don't know how much we climbed. Do you know what elevation we did there?
No idea.
Fucking crazy. We'll have a proper debrief after my mind's scrambled right now, but that was no joke. No joke. Threw up all the way down there.
Did you actually?
Everything's come up. Okay, so debriefing that bike. So we set off about 7 a.m. We're in Khor Fakkan right now, and we've basically done a loop up into the sky, bit of Fugera, back down here. I don't know how much we climbed today, so I'm sure David or one of the editors on screen, they'll pop up all the stats, all the elevation, everything else, but this was so much more steeper than Jebel J, wasn't it? Like the climbs there were no joke. But then also the really dangerous stuff is the real decline, obviously coming down so steep, because obviously I have a full disc back wheel, which basically means all the wind's coming through the front wheel. It's so twitchy. Coming down there, I felt my life was about to end, put it that way. It was dangerous at times, super. So I was trying to take on around sort of 170 to 200 grams of carbs an hour. That was fine, I didn't have an issue with that, but then my stomach was having issues with the Morton's gel. It was the first time I've tried the Morton's gel. I personally think it didn't work, and it's hard to pinpoint actually what created the digestive distress. I'm pretty sure it's Morton's G, my coach, obviously he struggles with Morton's as well, so I think we'll test next time just with precision nutrition gels to see how we go from there. But that was one hell of a ride, 130k, 4.5 hours on the bike, and we did well as well. Like, we were in the lead pack for the whole way, and then a few left me for dust in the last 20k, but I honestly will take it. It's going super well, I can't complain. So I had a lot of people coming up to me this week and super complimentary of, you know, the progress we're making with the swim and also the bike. Such a short space of time that we're in, it's really encouraging. But for me, it's just keeping my head down, staying focused. It's a long journey. This whole journey isn't just about Ironman. It's not just about completing Ironman. I love this sport. I'm enjoying it, and I love enjoying stuff. And it sort of shows all those years ago with the GB days that it's still in there somewhere. It's coming back out. So I'm excited of what's to come, but it's just keep my head down, getting through these big sessions. But it's the sessions today like this, it makes you realise how fucking hard an Ironman is. Like, when you go and do that 4.5 hours, and then you come off here, we've literally put our running shoes on, and we've just only done 20 minutes of the road. We're figuring out, we're learning all the time, that's the most important thing. But as I'm sure you'll see some great footage that Dan's just done there in the mountains. It was one hell of an experience. So appreciate all of you tuning in. Hopefully you're enjoying the content. Super. Proud of you as well, Dan. You know, everyone's super grateful of Dan, of what he's doing and helping people. So, yeah, appreciate, very grateful for everyone who's watching, supporting, and part of the process. What's next?
Lunch and then swim.
Well, we've just tried to get some electrolytes, banana, a bit of dates in me just to reset my stomach because everything has come out. So the next plan is just go and shower, clean, sort myself out, and then we'll run and get lunch, try and refuel.
Get a lot of downhills.
Right, so we're just getting lunch now, and then the plan is we've got a big swim session out in the ocean just shortly, and I think we've got another run today, so it's going to be a 4-session day. Dan's shaking his head. And then we've got it all again tomorrow, Sunday. So doing all that and then driving home will be interesting. So but that's the plan. You're going back now. I really appreciate you coming over. But we'll try and get bits of other footage, but this has been, is it day 3 now? Day 3 of this camp, it's all a blur. Really good stuff though, really good. I'm gonna go and focus on my recovery now, let him go home, and hopefully you guys are enjoying.